Alex's Caves is one of the coolest Minecraft mods I've ever stumbled across. It adds 6 new, super rare and diverse caves with crazy amounts of new items, mobs, weapons, and everything you could just freaking think of. This showcase is 2 hours long because it has to be 2 hours long. I went through everything. It drained me. I'm not gonna lie. This mod's super sick. So if you find this useful or entertaining whatsoever, I would appreciate if you hit that like button and possibly left a comment about your favorite parts of the mod. Anyways, enjoy the video. So all of Alex's caves are actually quite rare, but what isn't rare are these little underground cabins that you can find, well, underground. And inside they will contain some information that we can use to actually find one of these caves. Now, how the heck do I get in? So we'll just go in and here. This is one of the fancier cabins I've ever seen. And we'll have this, the spelunkery table, the spelunkery table. As well as we should hopefully find a chest. Here we go. A barrel. And bang. Cave tablets. Just like that. So we got 7 cave tablets. And also what's really important is the cave compendium. The cave compendium? Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Oh well. Anyways, there's a bunch of paper. We also got some torches in here. These cave tablets are quite important because you have to take these and bring them to this little spelunkery table. All you have to do is open the table, place your cave tablet inside, as well as a piece of paper in here. And now we have to decipher the stone. There's a bunch of hidden Minecraft enchantment language, and we have to find the word Benthic. First, you kind of just have to guess. All of this is a decipherable alphabet. So, okay, I guessed this word and that wasn't right. But I can use the magnifying glass to see what letters these were. So it was darkness. But we can see if there's any other letters, like this is an N, and that's an N. So now we can try to find this. Oh, it might be this one, honestly. Look at N. Oh, I thought I was right. No, this is vent. No. No. Oh my God. I found it. Boom. Okay, that took me so long. And there's 3 attempts you have to do to unlock the tablet. It's this one. Boom. All right, so now we just got to do one more to unlock the cave tablet. It was here the whole time. Oh my God, dude. Okay, that took me forever. We got the cave codex. Now you can take the cave codex, put it in the middle of a crafting bench and surround it with paper, and boom, you get a cave biome map. And now this map, you just click on it. It takes a second to load and it tells me where the Abyssal Chasm cave is. But we're not going to start with the Abyssal Chasm. We'll get there soon. But this one is in the middle of a frozen and deep frozen ocean, and it gives me a general direction where it's at. We're actually going to go check out our first cave, which is the Magnetic Cave. Welcome to the Magnetic Caves. Now, you can see the blue and red magnetic blocks here everywhere, but I'm actually going to pop on full bright during this mod showcase, just so you guys can actually see what the heck is going on in this video. So we're going to start with all the materials this place has to offer, then we'll get into mobs, and then we'll get into the very cool equipment, utility, and items you can craft. But let's start with the stone. First, we have galena, which is just the base stone of this biome. Just gives it this like colder, older vibe. Now, this biome is actually full of galena iron ore. That is the only ore I believe you can find in this biome. And there's a whole lot of iron. So if you are lacking in the iron department, these magnetic caves are where to find him. But next we have these neodymium pillars. Now, forgive me for my pronunciation, but we have the azure neodymium pillar and the scarlet neodymium pillar. There are also, these are nodes. So there's nodes, pillar, and I think there's another one. They're all part of these structures. The red ones attract, and the blue ones, what's the opposite of, like, they push away. Detract? Is that the opposite of attract? I don't even know. But these blocks are, well, essentially magnets. So if I throw on some iron booties and walk up to the red one, because this is the magnet that attracts, so it's pulling me in. Oh God. If I walk up to it, yep, we're walking up the freaking pillar, dude. This is pretty cool. I recommend, honestly, if you just bring boots, that's pretty good. The attraction isn't too strong. You're able to get off and just walk away. If you wear a full set of iron armor, it's a little bit harder. It just like pulls you in a bit more aggressively, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you have mobs all around you and attacking you, this thing will just pull you right up. Boink. Oh God, I'm upside down. Also, these blocks here are energized Galena. So there is Azure energized, Scarlet energized, and regular energized. You can only mine these with Silk Touch. They look pretty cool. As far as I know, the energized Galena actually has some crafting recipes. I don't think these two do, but they're freaking cool. Also, these bad boys are Tesla bulbs. I believe they can do damage to you if you get hit by their Tesla coil, but it doesn't seem to happen very often. But they are pretty volatile, and you don't want to be too close to them, because if I hit them with a snowball, kablamo. Boom! And honestly, it could make a useful tool for mining some of this stuff off the ceiling. If you just throw some snowballs and blow it all up. Boom! Look at that, 12 from one explosion. Okay, so our first mob here is the Teletor. And this guy... okay, hold on, I gotta go creative. I don't want to die here. This guy spawns with a big magnet on his head and always spawns with a random iron tool or weapon in between the magnet. And basically, he just telekinetically controls it and hits you with it. Now, let's get myself a golden apple and get into this fight. God. I'm gonna die before even... Oh, there's a witch over there too. Come on, buddy, get over here. He's pretty hard to hit. You might need a bow. Okay. Oh God, he moves. Oh, I got him. All right. And he drops the Telecore, which is an important crafting material, but we'll get to all the fun items and stuff later in the video. Next, we have the Feru Slime, which are like regular slimes, but actually just way more terrifying. Let me hop into survival mode. Ow, ow, ow. They spread out, they like do a little spread animation when they get close. And it seems like they also only move in straight lines. Kind of like that one Aether boss, if you guys remember that. And they levitate. Ow. So basically, unlike slimes, these guys will combine instead of come apart. I really thought these dudes were gonna like combine, but I guess not. Okay, you just saw that when I spawned up. Oh. Oh. Okay, so see the slime? I'll spawn another one next to it. Boom. They absorb each other. Oh God. Ow. Dude, they're harder to hit than slimes. Oh, I'm gonna die. Creeper did not help me there. Dude, that dude stole my sword. Whatever. I'm getting scanned by our next mob anyways. The Noter. The Noter? They say motor with an N. Basically, this dude will scan me and then project me. Look at... That's me right there. I don't know how he coded that, but I think that is so freaking cool. But, unfortunately also for me, is when he does that giant projection, it lets all the mobs nearby know exactly where I am. And this dude wants to flatten me. This mob is going to Goomba stomp me. I'm going into creative. I also meant to mention that the ferocious slime or the feroce slime drops pharaoh slime balls, which are used for crafting, which we'll get into later. All right, our next mob here is this fella, the bound droid. Now, this guy is so cool. So he carries this big heavy weight and basically tries to smash you over the head with it. And let's see what he tries to do. Yep, he's trying to slam this on my head. Ow. Oh, great. I got another mob on me. Oh God, he's trying to slam me over the head still. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. All right, I'm giving myself a bow. Because basically, anytime he drops that weight down, he becomes vulnerable for a second. Drop it. Ow. Okay, shot him. And it causes him to fall, and that's where you can finish him off. Got him. And of course, they didn't drop the drop that I needed them to. But sometimes when you kill them, they will drop this, the heavyweight. And this is also a crafting item. We have one more terrifying mob to deal with. And here he is. This is the Magnetron. This guy is pretty crazy. So he looks like a small little weird guy, right? He's got that like cube, and oh, the metal is stealing me again. Let's see if we can get him to aggro on us. Oh my God. Oh, I got attached. So basically, what this guy does is he grabs the nearest blocks, magnetizes them to himself, and starts walking with them. It is one of the coolest little mobs I've ever seen. So whatever blocks were nearest, he'll take. And convenient for me, he was around a lot of pieces of metal, so now he is a solid metal machine. And I got other mobs on me. But we're going to try to fight this guy. Oh, he has 80 health. Holy crap. Oh god, and now he's after me. And now I'm getting scanned. Oh, he's terrifying. Oh, I'm cooked. All right, come on, buddy. You're not that tough. You're not that guy. Ow, he's got attack moves, though. Doesn't do a ton of damage. Arrow 100. Okay, arrows. I gotta say, there's so many mobs, it makes it hard. Like, I want to fight this guy, but there's just so many passive mobs that spawn around here, too. But yeah. Oh, this guy had 1 HP left. And you shoot him, and all of the blocks that he picked up, he should have dropped back down near him. Let's see if I can get his animation on video. Yep. Isn't that sick? Oh, there we go. Okay, this is the iron core. Heart of iron. I want to pick it up. Can I mine it? No. There we go. It finally placed. Anyways, heart of iron is an important... Okay. There we go. I got it. Is an important crafting recipe as well. All right, so with all the various drops we get from all these various mobs, there are so many things we can craft. So let's just dive straight into it. Oh, there's a hologram of me over there. Let's start with these 2 main ingots. So you can turn the Azure Neodymium ingot and the Scarlet one into, you can turn the raw into ingots, I meant to say. With the raw versions of each of these and some iron ingots, you can make neodymium ingots. It's a little bit pricey, I guess, because it costs three iron ingots for every one of these ingots. But they're very useful, and we can craft many things with them. Starting, one of the first things we can do is the hollow coder. So from the little noder gizmo that you get from these little noders that are fly around and scan you all the time, we find another mob. Oh, and this guy over here, if we get his telecore, you can make a hollow coder. And this thing is actually sick, right? So you see how he keeps scanning mobs? I can walk up to a mob like the Magatron here, and I've scanned it. But if I want to actually project my scan, I need somewhere to put it. And that's where we craft the hologram projector, which takes 3 of those noder gizmos, 3 iron, and 3 glass. Take one of these bad boys, plop it down. Boom. There's my holocoder scan of the Magatron over there. And what's cool is I believe, I actually haven't tested this, but with different strengths of redstone, you can make it spin. So very strong makes it spin very fast. But if we spread it out, it can spin a bit slower. That's honestly too fast for me. I like a good slow spin. Oh, there we go. And this is just cool because then you can kind of have your like little Pokedex, especially if you combine this with Alex's mobs, which let me know if you want to see a showcase of that. You could just scan all the mobs and then make a little museum. Anyways, let's keep moving. There's so much to craft. One other thing you can craft with the noder gizmo is these magnetic lights, which are decorative, but they also have another use with another gadget we will get to right now, which is this bad boy. The magnetic quarry. Oh, hello. I'm kind of trying to do a showcase here, man. Yeah, go back up there. The magnetic quarry, which takes the heart of iron, which we get from the Magatron, this guy over here. You take the heart of iron, 2 Azure neodymium ingots, 2 diamonds, and 4 scrap metal plates, which I should have showed you earlier, but the scrap metal plates are made with metal swarf, which you just smelt them. But you can find metal swarf. Let's see if we can find some right here. It spawns in caves. It's like sand. You mine it up, smelt it, and you get scrap. Anyways, with that, you make the magnetic quarry, which this is a really cool device that allows you to mine out entire chunks, but we need a few other items to get it going. The next of which is actually the magnetic quarry smasher, which is this giant fella over here. You craft them with these. So you got 3 Azure ingots, 2 scarlet ingots, and then 1 heavyweight, which you get from that mischievous guy that was here earlier. When you craft this fella, be careful where you place him, because once you place him down, he is really hard to break. And then also when you do break him, he turns into a bunch of ingots and you lose stuff. You have to make sure you are placing him where you want, and I will show you how you know where that is. Let's take these lights that we crafted earlier, the magnetic light. Let's take the magnetic quarry and let's go over here. We need a little like flat area, so we're gonna make our own flattened area, and we're going to make a square shape with the magnetic lights here. Right on the outside here, I have to put a magnetic quarry. There we go. Okay. So yes, you have to place these in a perfect square. the magnetic lights, and then right on the outside of the perimeter, you place a magnetic quarry. I had to make sure I was placing it directly this way. And then you get this cool little magnetic effect between the four corners here. And this is where you'll want to place your magnetic quarry smasher, because then it connects and it turns into a very loud automatic quarry miner. Now, every time it mines, it does just shoot out the block. So you're going to have to make sure you have a hopper or something to catch it like this. And you'd probably want to do this up on the surface, not deep in the cave, because it stops once it hits bedrock. And you have an automatic little mining machine here. But I thought this was super cool, this little piece of tech you can make. But let's keep moving. There's so much more to craft while that mines away. Next, we have the resistor shield. And this thing makes you feel like a freaking superhero. So you need the heart of iron, 3 scarlet ingots, 3 azure ingots. It's like this big old shield. And when you hold right click, boom, you slam it on the ground with some electricity. Let's do it near the zombie. Oh, I didn't mean to hit the item frame. Hold on. Let's go over here. Boom. So I have it on the azure setting, so it repels the mobs while doing damage to them. And that's just a sick animation. But if I hold down shift and right click, then it switches it over to the opposite mode, which is now I'm sucking them in, depending on what you want to do. So if you got a bunch of mobs and you want to push them away, you can do that, or you can pull them right in at you like this. So it is blocking the zombies. But very, very cool and unique little weapon / defensive item. All right, next we have the magnetic levitation rails, which you make just like a regular rail, but you have 2 azure ingots here and you get 6 magnetic rails. Look at these things, man. So basically, it levitates your minecart right over the rails. I could imagine this could be good. I don't know. Oh, well, to do stuff like that, which is like shoot your cart off very far. Oh my God, I didn't even have to do much there. I'm sure some redstone people have done some sick things with this mechanic. Like, look at that. I would put all of my villagers in here for trading in these magnetic minecarts because, come on, this is just super cool. Next, we got the Seeking Arrows, which is just a scarlet ingot surrounded by arrows. And you get Seeking Arrows, which these literally just give you heat-seeking arrows. Oh yeah, see? Like that. It helps you hit mobs. Which actually, in instances like this where they're really far away and you can just kind of lob arrows near them, it gives you aimbot. Whoa, it just broke my sign. What the heck? Also, before I destroy the armor trim stand by accident, this is the polarity armor trim you can find in chests and some of the structures around here. Pretty neat. All right, next we have the Galena Gauntlet. The Galena Gauntlet, which uses a telecore, 2 of ferocious slime balls, and then some packed galena, which is literally just 9 galena and a crafting table into some packed. And you get yourself this gauntlet. And this gauntlet is one of the coolest little tools. Hold on. Let's give myself an iron pickaxe. Also, you can do a lot of stuff with galena while we're here real quick. In the stone cutter, you can just throw it in here and make stuff like pillared and also the bricks. Pretty cool little decorative block. But with the gauntlet, look at this thing. Hold on. Let's put my pickaxe in my offhand. And let's just say I wanted to mine some of that up there. There we go. It uses the magnetism with your pickaxe. You have to use netherite or iron because those are the most magnetic items. But you can use your tools. You can even use a sword or any tool you want to attack mobs from a distance. Let's say I want to attack this creeper. He doesn't even know what hit him. But this will be very useful, especially in this gosh darn caves mod where everything is up above you. Let's just say you need to get some ores up there. Easy peasy. I also just realized, wait, I'm stupid. You definitely want to use your gauntlet in the offhand, not your tool in the offhand. Then you don't have to run into the issue of when it returns to you, it goes into your main hand. This is cool. Hold on, let's kill our villager over here. All right, we'll just give him a smack. Next, we do actually have a recipe for this Tesla bulb. Be careful around it, of course. If I threw a snowball at that thing, it would blow up like an end crystal. But if you get some of the energized galena, which is some of these blocks up here, put that all around a telecore, you get yourself your own little Tesla bulb, which is a neat little decorative block. Also, if you take your ferocious slime ball and put it into a brewing stand, boom, you get a Potion of Magnetizing, which is pretty self-explanatory, but you can use it to magnetize things. Splash Potion of Magnetizing. Boom. So it could be used as home defense. You know, you got some mobs near you, you just have a dispenser splash them, and now they're stuck. Also, with these with the Azure ingots, you can make the straight up magnets, both a pulling and a pushing one. So I'm going to show you how the pushing one works first. You give it the pulling one, sorry. You pull a lever, you give it a redstone pulse, and it pulls magnetic blocks. You can increase or decrease the magnet's distance with ingots by clicking on it, and it also shows you what the distance is. So like, for example, if I want to use this pushing magnet, it can't push this block any further, right? Give it a couple clicks with an ingot here. Now, boom, it was able to push it all the way over here. I should mention, this block is called a magnetic activator. You can craft it with 8 scrap metal and a block of redstone. Basically, it is a one-sided redstone block. So it only gives a redstone charge to one side, which is obviously this side with the arrow. So if I push it over here, boom, it turned on the trap door. So I can imagine this could be a pretty useful tool to use with the magnets so it doesn't activate the magnets itself. I would love to see what redstoners could do with this. Welcome to the Primordial Caves. These are lush pockets of prehistoric life that are trapped beneath the surface. It's kind of hard to believe these are a cave because they're well lit by these giant artificial suns, which are actually amber crystals surrounding a single block called the Amber Soul, which is quite literally just amber sun. So the only mobs that spawn in here are from eons ago, prehistoric dinosaurs that are either roaming the skies or killing other mobs down below. The main focus of this game is really around everything that is alive in this cave, including the crazy range of vegetation, like these pewin logs, these pewin trees, I should say, which have these fancy little branches, and a really cool wood type, which I use over here to show off all the crafting. So we'll get into that a little bit more in a bit. But when you're in these caves, you're going to want to collect all of the vegetation, including these little cyads. These are important. These Venus flytraps, literally everything. Collect all the vegetation like you're a little explorer, because everything has a use in this biome. Also, the walls are lined with limestone and small layers of sandstone. But let's get to the interesting stuff, which is the mobs. So first we have the Grottoceratops. Forgive me for these names. This is going to be a challenge. But this bad boy is passive. He does heal over time, but he will mess me up if I go into survival. But you know what? We gotta do these things. So we got this guy, right? He's passive. He's just chilling. He doesn't care that I'm here. But if I give him a smack, now he's mad. And he does Oh, I didn't realize you guys work in packs. Are you after me? Oh. They also will try to hit you with their tails. Oh, now I got this little guy after me too. All right, dude, we're not on to your segment yet. Anyways, let's see if I can take out these guys. What does he have? All right, he has 50 health. Oh. Anyways, you get the point. These guys are hard. These guys are not the people you want to mess with. But if you do manage to slay them, they drop dinosaur chops, which we'll get into more, but is a great source of food, as well as tough hide. And you're going to want a good bit of tough hide. So you might want to get yourself a looting sword and maybe a good little setup to deal with these guys. This dude's tweaking. They also spend a good amount of time eating vegetation when I'm not bothering them by smacking them over the head with a sword. But since inevitably we're going to have to deal with these little guys, next we're going to cover the Valum Raptor. These guys are pack animals and they are aggressive by default. I am putting on diamond armor this time. Get over here, buddy. I was actually able to kill him in 3 hits. These guys aren't particularly the strongest animal in the strongest dinosaur in the kingdom, but they often travel in packs. I've been kind of lucky. I only ran into 2 there, but if you get jumped by like a handful of them, it gets deadly quick. Oh wow, this is actually a cool little thing I was going to cover later, but I'll cover it now. This is an amber monolith. These spawn naturally and essentially are what spawn in the dinosaurs. So let's just say I kill all of the dinosaurs here. The monolith will respawn the population. Oh god, this guy's over. Get over here. I don't even know if these dudes drop anything, but there is actually a way we can tame them later. But in the meantime, we're just going to have to deal with them. Next, we have a Trilocaris. These are like little lobster shrimp looking guys, which you can kill to get their raw tail, or you can also just scoop them in a bucket and add them to your aquarium. But these guys just make a good food source, and they do have some crafting recipes we'll get into later. This is the oh, where are you going, buddy? I was trying to talk about you. The Subterranodon. He's shaking his head at me. He's not happy about this. But these guys soar the skies, and they actually have little nests you can find here as well, where you can get an egg. But also the only place you can find yourself fern thatch, which they use to make their nests. A part of me just kind of feels bad about trying to destroy their nest. So actually, with this raw Trilocaris fish we got earlier, this is actually what you use to tame these things, these Subterranodons. Yeah, let me try to tame this guy, see if it goes better. Oh, okay, this time it worked. Prehistoric elytra. So, oh, okay, so you don't need a saddle. Basically, this guy literally picks you up by your head. I think this is the coolest little mount. So space allows you to go up, and he has a little bit of a stamina bar on the top. So it's kind of like a glider that you can use boosts, but eventually you are going to need to be put down. But it makes it a very useful tool for traveling around these caves. Oh, look at what we found, an old ruin. Lend me here, sir. Thank you. Oh, so this is a old caveman cave. I don't know what spawns in here, to be completely honest, so we're going to take a look. I mean, there's these cave paintings on the wall, which is cool, as well as some water. I guess that's about it. Next, we have these big bird-looking dudes. These are, dude, their name's Relicharius. They are like giant turkeys, dude. I will show you the recipe to this later, but if you feed one of these bad boys a primordial soup, which for the record, this guy is a neutral mob. He doesn't really care. He just hangs out. But if you feed him a primordial soup, he gets a sudden urge to... There we go. He gets the sudden urge to become a lumberjack. And yeah, you give him the primordial soup, and he'll just start knocking down every tree he can. Which is kind of funny. They actually will just knock down trees on their own time. What the hell was that noise? They will knock down trees on their own time. But if you can make a soup, this guy will do all the tree farming for you. Which actually, he found us some pine nuts, which are a useful ingredient for later. The only thing is I've noticed is like stuff will just get in his way and he just gives up. I don't know what tree he's going for. But these big jungle trees here, they have these little things called tree stars, which are actually also a useful ingredient. Even though these guys are cool and help you cut down trees, they do have some valuable drops we're going to need to get our hands on. Boom. I used a looting one sword. But these fellas drop heavy bones, which are a very important ingredient alongside some tough hide and some feathers. Now, there should be one more dinosaur fella I'm looking for around here. Here he is. This is the Tremorzilla. Oh, yep, and he is just ripping these guys apart. Yeah, the Tremorzilla is a menace. There's no life in those eyes. He is everyone's opposition. No matter what mob spawns in front of him, he's going to take care of it. I don't know if he goes after the big bird, does he? Oh, looks like he might. Oh, they actually seem kind of chill with each other. Oh, yeah. They're going to start fighting. Yeah, all of these guys killed the Tremorzilla, but if you do manage to kill him, he drops heavy bones and dinosaur chop. Now, before I can show you guys how you can tame a lot of these mobs and do a lot of other cool stuff, we're going to have to get to crafting real quick. So here we are at my crafting station. I made everything out of these Pewin slabs and all the different Pewin wood stuff, like the cool little footprint trap door as well as the main big door here. I just think it's cool. It's like a little orangey, darker orange, amber vibe, I could say. But let's get started here. So using heavy bones, bone blocks, and tough hide, you can make yourself the primordial armor. First, you can make the helmet here, the tunic, and lastly, we have the pants. Now, you may be wondering, where are the boots? Well, you have to think Fred Flintstone here. They weren't wearing shoes back then, so there are no shoes with this outfit set. Now, this armor is only slightly better than leather, and its only real benefit is raw food. It gives you more hunger when you're wearing a full set of armor. So if you want to start eating raw chicken and stuff, you can go for it. You'll still get the hunger effect, but, you know, cavemen weren't very wise. But next is we're going to need our prehistoric weapon, which is the limestone spear, which is literally just 2 sticks and 3 pieces of limestone you can just rip out of the wall. Now, these are essentially tridents, but they are not as good. That's why we got 4 from 3 pieces of stone. Let's try to hit this little raptor down here. Oh, I missed. 1. He doesn't even know who hit him. Okay, I've hit him with 4 of these things. You can just pick them back up, but they will not come back to you. Loyalty doesn't work. I would say, what is this doing? That did 2 hearts of damage there. That wasn't too bad. But with just one tree and like a handful of stone, you could just have a full stack of spears. And anytime big scary dinosaur comes at you, you can just throw pointy stick at it and deal with it prehistoric style. Also, side note, the model for the armor and the spear looks so sick. Like, I look awesome. And that brings us to our next fun weapon, which is the primitive club. Now, this is actually a very useful weapon. It has 9 attack damage and 0.25 attack speed. This is a very slow moving weapon, but it has a very important use. I believe it has an 80% chance of stunning any mob it comes into contact with. Boom, there we go. First try. Stunned. Which this becomes very useful for either A, deterring very strong mobs, or you can use it to tame and subdue some of these bigger dinosaurs. Once I'm done showing the crafting, I'm going to show you how you can tame one of those Tremorzillas over there with just this little club. There's a few more things we need to do. First, you can cook and eat the dinosaur chop, and you can eat it like a cake. You can either cook this in a furnace or literally put a campfire under the raw chop, and it will cook it right then and there, and you can just eat it up like this. And you're left with a bone block, which is kind of cool. But here are some soups and salads that are actually very important. First, we have the serene salad, which uses pine nuts, a tree star, and a fiddlehead. A fiddlehead plant, for the record, is, I believe, when the one of those, the Grottoceratops, eats a plant, it leaves behind a short little fiddlehead that you can pick up. Anyways, we're gonna need this serene salad to be able to tame the big old Tremorzillas. So let me craft that. Next, we have the seething salad. Basically, you feed this either to yourself to get a rage effect, which the rage effect gives you more damage, kind of like strength, but it's entirely dependent on how low your health is. The lower your health, the more damage you can do with the rage effect that the seething stew induces. But you can also feed this to other animals, like let's just say a dinosaur, and then that dinosaur gets really mad and starts attacking everything in sight, which I can imagine this could be pretty useful to use on some powerful mobs to help you clear out an area. Lastly, we have the primordial soup, which is what we used to help the big bird fella knock over all the trees. And what you need is just 2 cooked tricarius tails and a tree star in a bowl, and you get your primordial soup. Dude, this egg just hatched. You are suffocating to death. You're welcome. Look at this goofy buck teeth. Like, when he looks at me like this, I just imagine he's like, "Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, you helped me an awful lot. Yeah, we're stuck in that wall, innit?" Sorry, British people watching. And one other side thing you can do in a furnace, you can cook limestone to make smooth limestone. And then if you take that smooth limestone and a piece of charcoal, you can do your own little cave paintings. And they're kind of like paintings you get in the regular game. There's a bunch of different variants. I won't show all of them to you guys, but pretty cool little thing you can do. Here we have the Tremorzillas. And basically, the way you tame this guy, it's kind of like how you tame a horse, where it takes a bunch of tries. Except, the way you try with this guy is knocking him over the noggin with a club. I was talking, buddy. I knock him over the head with a club, stun him, and then use the serene salad to cure his stun. And it should take 3 to 8 times to actually take this guy out. So I am going to put on diamond armor because I am not trying to die immediately. I'm going to show an enchantment that comes with the club called Swiftwood, which simply makes this swing slightly faster. I gave it Swiftwood 3, but let's go into survival and try to take him out. Oh, I missed. Oh my god. Oh, he's thrashing me around. Oh, I stunned him. Now I heal him. Now he's confused. What the hell? Oh, God. Oh, he threw me. Oh, that didn't stun him. That stunned him. All right. I totally did not have enough salad, so I had to make a bunch more. He's stunned. Healed. You don't like me yet, do you? Nope. Oh. Okay, he's stunned. Healed. Hey! And look at that. My own little buddy. So, it's kind of a brutal way to tame an animal, I can't lie, but look how thick his skull is. He's fine, right, dude? So I can have him sit and stay here. I can have him follow me around. Come on, we're going on a trip. Or I can have him wander. Or, I just click on him, and he becomes my little mount. And I can just become a menace. Yep. You can use your left click to use your bite attack. So if I press G, it should activate my roar and give all of the nearby dinosaurs weakness, which is that roar meter right above my hotbar. Oh yeah, they're scared. Get over here. But let's just say you have an anvil and you take a name tag and you name it Princess. This is a little Easter egg for you. If you name your dinosaur Princess, it becomes a cute pink blue-eyed dinosaur. Come on, Princess, we're out of here. But if you thought this was the scariest or biggest dinosaur in this cave, you are quite wrong. We're going to take a quick little pit stop at this volcano. With these amber curiosities we got earlier from these giant crystals of amber, they have a few uses actually. Their base use is actually you can click on any dinosaur and give them an alternative color, which is just cool. Like this one is now green. The Tremorzilla has a different version, but I have mine pink right now. Yeah, let's check out Big Bird over here. Boom. Into a big dodo. So it's just a cool way to get an alternative skin on one of your little dinosaurs. I'll let you guys find out the rest. You can also use the Amber Curiosity to craft the Ominous Catalyst. So you just need to surround it with a bunch of heavy bones to make the Ominous Catalyst. Now you might be wondering, Dave, what does the Ominous Catalyst do? Well, we'll have to take it up this volcano, which is made out of flood basalt. And once we get up to the top of this volcano, you can look and see this primal magma. It just seems like your regular volcano. But let's just say we threw this Ominous Catalyst into this magma. Oh, I have not tested this. Oh my god, we have the Luxtructosaurus. It starts erupting out of the freaking volcano. And now there is a giant demon dinosaur leveling the environment as this volcano goes off, and there's an extinction level event happening. Whoa, I did not know bro could jump like that. Oh my god. He destroyed the ground beneath me. Look at what he did to the ground. I actually don't even know how you're supposed to take this fella out, but I'm gonna find out. Oh god, okay. I stunned him. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh wait, it does kind of matter. I hit him again. Dude, these sounds are so freaking loud. I gave myself sharpness 5. I'm going after this dude. I have to hit him with the club first. He's stunned. Oh my god. He's stunned again. All right, this is the meta. Oh. I'm cornered now. But he regens. So we have to get back over here. I stunned him. Let's go. $30, $20, $10. I got him. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what he drops. Oh, now I do. So yeah, that dude had 600 health, and that was a pretty hard fight. I would say you definitely want to be properly geared. I was using a primitive club with Swiftwood 3 to keep stunning him, and then I used a netherite sword with sharpness 5 to crit him out there. You could use a worse sword, though. Anyways, we got ourselves some primal magma blocks, which is kind of cool, as well as we got ourselves a bunch of these tectonic shards, which is really what we wanted all this time. So if you find a Tremorzilla out in the wild that isn't named Princess, you can click on it with the tectonic shard and turn it into this cool, edgy red and black dinosaur. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Look, he's even got scars on his face. That's a cool looking dinosaur. But don't worry, there is 2 more uses for the tectonic shard. One of which we will check out later because it requires an item from a future cave. So you want to make sure you save at least 5 of your tectonic shards, but you can use 3 of them with a limestone spear, a heavy bone, and 2 amber curiosities and get yourself the extinction spear. So the extinction spear is pretty cool. You can use it as a melee weapon or throw it. Let's use it as a melee first. So what it does is it will spawn the spirit of a Tremorzilla to take a bite of whoever I strike and light them on fire. That's a decent amount of damage. I mean, 2 hits to kill any mob without critting. And then if you use spear throwing here, these flying spirits will block any incoming damage up to 3 hits. Or I can just throw it at a mob and it will come back to me. See the zombie right here? We're gonna charge up our spear and throw it at him and just watch. He gets picked up and dropped by the spirit of a dinosaur. So basically, this spirit gives you the power of the dinosaurs within the palm of your hand. I believe I throw this at a block also. Yeah, it does some explosion splash damage. Let's throw it on the ground near the zombie. Yeah. We're going to want to tame one of these Vallum raptors. So what we're going to need to do, take a crafting table and turn our cooked dinosaur chop into 12 dinosaur nuggets. Which, I mean, come on. That's a pretty sick recipe. Anyways, the way to tame these guys is very interesting. They need to steal dinosaur nuggets from a chest. And we need to see if they're capable of doing such a thing. He stole it. Oh my god, I finally got one to steal a nugget. Okay, he stole a nugget and fell asleep. And once they fall asleep, you run up and you feed them a serene salad and it wakes them up. That took so long. Now it's like having a little dog that follows you around. That took way too long. It was honestly easier to knock out the other guy and tame him. But yeah, these guys are just kind of like more ferocious wolves. Also, once you defeat the Luxtructosaurus, you can kind of see it in this amber. That's because once you defeated the boss, it allows for the original species to spawn. This is the Atlatitan or Atlatian? Atlatitan? I'm not quite sure how to say these names. But this has a really cool texture. And basically, this is a super passive herbivore. I mean, if I punched him, he would attack me back and kill me quickly. But if I'm in survival mode, let's just say, and I walk up to this fella, and I give him a salad, a serene salad, I am now able to ride the gigantic dinosaur for 10 minutes. So he's not tamed. He is simply rideable. But I have a charge growing down there. All right, now I'm going to use my my charge up. Boom! You can use them to terraform some land. These guys took out quite a bit of area. And now we'll just let it charge back up as we waltz our way over here. Boom! Look at that. We're rich. Anyways, I'm gonna let bro, I'll let bro wander around. He's kinda, yeah, you've earned it, man. You've been extinct for a minute. So go enjoy your homeland. I'm gonna go check out the Toxic Caves. These are the Toxic Caves. These are the darkest, grossest, and deadliest caves of them all. Mostly because, well, they're full of radioactive acid and uranium and this dark green rad rock. Now, as you explore this cave, you can notice it's kind of devoid of happiness, and it's got this bubbling green acid at the bottom that'll fry you the second you touch it. But why come to this cave? See, this might be one of the most deadly caves, but it also has some of the best resources, like uranium ore. I'm gonna try to mine some with a diamond pick. But unfortunately, I've held the uranium for too long, and now I have 1.5 minutes of irradiated. And basically, the irradiated effect makes it so you cannot naturally regenerate health. And you can also see my hearts have changed to some toxic hearts. So here was the uranium ore we mined earlier. With uranium ore, you can make some of the most valuable stuff in the game. Just like these uranium rods that are just hanging out right here. These just take 6 uranium, a blaze rod, and 2 iron ingots, and boom, you have yourself a uranium rod. Which this thing gives a nice green glow, as well as it has some use in crafting later that we'll get to. You also are able to create a block of uranium. This also has crafting uses, but it also just kind of glows and has this cool effect. Another thing you can find around these caves are these sulfur deposits. Now, putting a lit torch on them, you'd think would be dangerous, but sulfur is very useful, so you want to mine as much of this as you can for many reasons. One, you can literally make gunpowder with sulfur. All you need is 1 gravel to 2 sulfur, and you can make yourself 1 gunpowder. And gunpowder is very useful in vanilla Minecraft as well as many mods, so this could be a lifesaver depending on what mod pack you're using. Next is we can make some irradiated food, like slam, which is raw pork, bone meal, and 2 sulfur, which I imagine is supposed to be a play on spam. But then you can also create another food, which is spelunky, which is 2 pieces of sugar and 1 piece of sulfur, which is basically a Twinkie, I'm guessing. You can also find these foods in various crates around the Toxic Caves, but they have special properties. See, if I take a slam here and slam it down, it heals me. So the secret of these foods is not only does it bring up your hunger, but it will also heal lost health when you're under an irradiated effect, which if you're carrying around a bunch of uranium, there's a chance you spend your entire time in the caves like that. Now, throughout the caves, you're going to run into these geothermal vents, and they spew out even worse stuff in the air. But it's not entirely useless. See, if you take a glass bottle and you click on the top of the geothermal vent, you can collect some of that gas, that radon gas, which has a lot of very useful uses. Oh, I still got radiated. So if you get 4 bottles of radon, glowstone, and then 4 pieces of dye, you can make these new types of lamps called radon lamps. I actually have some green ones right here. But these glow by default, probably because they're basically nuclear powered, and they're kind of just like almost like neon versions of Minecraft's lamp. And if I go into creative, there is a whole bunch of colors, including you can even make a black one, which is just kind of obsidian. Yellow, there's brown, there's red. We got it all. Now there's a lot more crafting to do, but we're gonna have to fight off the mobs first before we can make anything else. Okay, so I'm sitting here at the bottom of the cave by a giant lake of acid. I'm trying to catch myself a radgill, which is a new type of fish, and I was hoping that it would pop out of the acid here. I know there's one, I saw it earlier beneath the water. Basically, radgills are just super radioactive fish with 3 eyes, and they like to swim in acid. Oh, the radgill is still down here. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna go to surface now, buddy. Oh my god, he did. But you can see they jump. I just have no patience. Okay. Oh, got him. Now, just so you know, in case you're curious, I'm wearing no armor. The acid isn't like lava. It doesn't kill you as quick. So I could have pulled off that move. It would have been pretty risky. Oh, you saw another one. But you can catch yourself the radgill. With the radgill here, if we just... Oh, I accidentally spawned 2. Good lord. So if you kill the radgill, you can just eat it straight and get 90 seconds of irradiated, or you can cook the radgill and eat it up. So if you save those radgills you have, you can use it to tame a rad cat, which is this radioactive cat. Oh my god, I got him. Let's go. Now the rad cat works like a regular cat, but he'll be pretty helpful for when it comes to the next scary mob. They keep away the more evil versions of creepers, which is this guy right here. This is some scary cyborg creeper from the future, and this guy is a walking nuke. He is very slow, but my cat is supposed to scare him away. Cat, I was not ready for this. Hold on, I'm gonna run past him. I'm sure I'm fine, right? Oh, he's running away. Look at this cyborg looking creeper. Oh, you're gonna be scared of my cat. Yeah, but this big looking freak. If we can kill him, he has one of the more valuable items in the game, so we're gonna go for the kill. Oh god. Oh my god, he's gonna blow. Okay. Whew. Yeah, once he starts a siren, there's nothing you can do but kill him. Anyways, he drops a fizzle core, which will definitely make me irradiated any second now. But these are quite useful for stuff like bombs. Now, I should mention these guys are called new creepers, like nuclear, but new creeper, new creeper. Surely I have to let him explode, right? So we're gonna go into survival. Start it. Are you gonna still... I think he's still gonna blow up if I'm in creative. Oh god, look at... He's closing his head. Oh my god. My cat. Oh. Oh my god. Wait. Oh, you're okay. Well, now I have radiation. That nuke just went off. And now let's see if this rad cat will do what it needs to do, which is supposed to be saving my life. Oh, they just did it. You see that scan? Well, I just got irradiated again immediately because a nuke just went off. But one main pro to having one of these guys follow you around early game, it can take all your radiation away. Oh, not the time, Brainiac, but I guess it's time for our next mob. Hold on, I'm going to creative mode. This is Brainiac. He's got some crazy brain. He's got a big backpack of toxic waste. And this guy has 3 attack moves. He can either punch you, he can either throw this barrel of toxic at you, or he can get freaky with his freaky tongue and hit you from long distances with it. Okay, survival mode time. Ow. Oh, he just threw that sludge at me. I just forgot that I can't regen. Okay. Okay. So I can't... Oh, he's hitting me with his freaky tongue. Okay, he's gonna... Yeah! Okay, I had to go into creative because I did not save the chords of this cave. Oh, and there was another freaky bro down here. Anyways, he does a lot of damage. Here's glowstone. Here we go. And if we kill him, he drops 2 very cool items. One is the main ingredient we're going to be needing, which is charred remnant. This is very useful for crafting. And then he also drops green soylent. Soylent can heal you when you're irradiated. Oh god, he's using his freaky tongue. I healed. But look, he uses freaky tongue. Ow. Oh, he dropped something else that fell in there, but he also dropped a waste drum, which these give you a lot of radiation if you carry them. They also explode if you try to dispose of them, because it's not easy to dispose of waste. All right, next we have these nasty little rad roaches. Or gamma roach. Sorry, I've been playing Fallout and they have nuclear roaches called rad roaches. Can only assume that these were inspired by that. So let's kill one of these guys. Ew, they leave behind a pile of goo and they drop toxic paste, which is very useful. Gamma roaches are actually passive by default, unless they can smell someone who's irradiated. Ow. Okay, yeah, so now they're attacking me. I do believe that not only will they attack you when you have radiation, but if there are random mobs nearby, they will grab those mobs and bring them into the fight. But it doesn't look like that's happening. So I'm just going to kill you and get more of this. Okay, with that newfound toxic paste, as well as with the sulfur in the bottle of radon and an iron ingot, you can make one of the more important ingredients in this cave, which is the polymer plate. Now, the polymer plate is basically the ingot you would need to make a full hazmat suit of armor. Now, this thing is pretty cool looking. Let me pop it on. I'm looking good, and it's got this fun little animation when you're in the cave where you can see you actually like breathing back and forth. This just prevents you from getting any irradiation effects if you wear the full suit. I don't see why you wouldn't wear the full suit. It's pretty cheap to make. It does, and it's also a decent armor all in all. That's actually one of many new recipes using the bottle of radon from earlier. Another one is you can make the siren light, which you use a bottle of radon, redstone, iron, and some glass. And you can make one of these green lights. Now, these lights, literally when you turn them on, is just a spinning light like this. By default, it's green, but all you have to do is click on it with a piece of dye and it will change color and stay that way. Just a cool, fun little piece of redstone tech. It's really, though, meant to be paired with these sirens. You can actually find these spawning naturally throughout the caves, and you might have even heard them earlier when the creeper was about to explode. These sirens will go off on their own if there's a nuclear explosion about to happen, or you can just turn them on manually. And it's kind of an ominous sound. But if you don't want to find them around the map, you can actually craft them yourself using that charred remnant, 1 piece of uranium, and 2 iron ingots. You can make it yourself. And I think it looks kind of cool. Now, also with the polymer plates we got from earlier, you can use 4 of them to create 8 hazmat blocks, which are just these cool decorative blocks. And you can put the hazmat block in this shape to get yourself a hazmat warning block, as well as you can surround a skull with it and get a cool skull and crossbones hazmat block. These are just decorative and for fun. But I want to show you probably one of the cooler things in this entire mod, which is if you use the fizzle core from the nuclear creeper and 2 uranium rods, as well as 4 polymer plates, you can make the ray gun. Revive me, I have a ray gun. That's a Call of Duty reference for those who are just far too young to understand. But the ray gun is so sick. I'm gonna summon a husk, right? He's coming after me. Insta dead. So this does 1 damage per second, but since it removes the damage cooldown, you can't iframe these mobs, so you can use your ray gun to blast them to death. The ray gun actually has some enchantments. So let's throw on the gamma gun. I actually am not entirely sure what this does. I know what gamma radiation is, but I'm pretty sure this makes it way stronger. Let's see. Yeah. And it gives him a radiated 5. That's crazy. Hold on. Summon. All right, we have an iron golem here. Let's see if I can kill him before he can kill me. Oh, God. He's quick. Oh, but thing is, I can just walk away because now he's dying. Oh, God, he's on half health. Okay, this did not kill him as fast as I hoped. He's going to one-hit me, so I need to keep running. Boom. So you actually just need uranium rods as your ammunition, and then you can reload. Wait, I didn't check how to reload. All right, surely it's about to reload. Okay. I waited all that just to see if there was a reloading animation, and that was it. It just went cool weapon. But if we enter this little room over here, we can craft the nuclear furnace component. See, this you need 4 charred remnants, 1 blast furnace, and 4 uranium. 4 of these blocks, the nuclear furnace component. Because to make the nuclear furnace, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, maybe you did need 4 more. Yes, okay, there we go. So you needed to make 8, and you make a 2x2 nuclear furnace. Now this furnace is simply a furnace that is extremely fast. As you can see, it is smelting this iron at an extreme rate. You may also notice that it is accumulating some nuclear waste. Essentially, as this smelts and as it builds nuclear waste, it gets more and more unstable if you do not collect your nuclear waste here. And eventually, it'll keep shaking and eventually explode, which will trigger sirens to go off. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit curious to see if this will explode or not. I'm gonna just throw some more iron in there. But if you do want to collect the nuclear waste, you can make a metal barrel by just using a barrel and 4 scrap metal, right? You take one of these bad boys and you just place it right in there. And then it will convert the barrel into a barrel of nuclear waste, or a waste drum, dare I say. Now, these things are tricky because you cannot just dispose of them. If you, well, I mean, you can. Let's just say you're like, you know what? I'm just going to throw this into some lava and get rid of it. Oh, I missed. Boom. It explodes and then gives it a radiation effect around the sides, which if I wasn't wearing my trusty hazmat suit, I'd be screwed. So carrying around waste barrels is not ideal because they radiate you and then they also explode when you try to get rid of them. Basically, per uranium rod, you can get about a stack of items through the furnace, which I think is pretty sick. Anyways, as the nuclear furnace goes, we're gonna go check out the last few crafting recipes. And definitely my favorite in the whole mod. I know I say that sometimes, but I mean it, and you'll know immediately why. First, we actually need to craft the simple device. You have to use a fizzle core, a block of redstone, and 3 polymer plates, and that gets you a remote detonator. And you may be wondering, Dave, what does that detonate? Well, you think they were going to add all of this and not add a nuclear bomb? So you just need 2 fizzle cores, 2 uranium rods, 1 block of uranium, and 4 blocks of iron. And you get yourself a nuclear bomb. I am become death. Now let's just check out over here. I'm gonna let it fill up with nuclear waste just to see what happens. So as this nuclear furnace is getting hotter and hotter, and you can now see at the bottom the texture has changed, you can also see the level of nuclear waste on the side, which is super sick. I set up a little contraption. You can easily just have a hopper going in and a hopper pulling out, and you could probably actually do the same with barrels and never have to worry about nuclear waste. I mean, oh god. Yep, it's happening. The sirens are going off. Is it this one? Yeah, see, the sirens automatically go off when they can detect an imminent explosion. I managed to fill an entire hopper up with iron. Oh. I think my furnace might have blown up. But honestly, not the worst explosion in the world, you know? Actually really improved the real estate. Look at so much more cave to look at. So here I have the nuclear bomb and the remote detonator, and we got this cliffside village. So I'm thinking I'm gonna drop it like right here, and maybe it'll drop down there. I don't know how this works. I think I click on it. Okay, and now it's bound. So now I can get a nice seat. You know, we'll back up a little bit. Oh, that went quick. Oh. I'm going into creative. I didn't want to die. Holy crap. Wait, that is a sick animation. That is huge. It's like almost out of render. Not the biggest nuclear explosion I've seen in a mod, but I have also covered pretty much every nuclear explosion mod in existence, and I gotta say, that ran pretty clean. This is what the redstone looks like in broad daylight. Shout out. All right, so this next cave might not actually be considered a cave, but it's the Abyssal Caves. And it's more so actually just a super deep trench in the ocean. Honestly, kind of terrifying. You can see all the way down there. You can see how crazy it is when I turn on full bright. There's a lot down there. We'll check it all out. But these caves you really do need to prepare for because it's entirely underwater. So I am going to grab myself a turtle shell with aqua affinity and some iron boots with depth strider, as well as a sharpness sword, a riptide trident, some golden apples, a potion of water breathing, and why not bring the ray gun? I mean, the ray gun is just cool, right? But let's not waste time. We got our depth strider on. We're gonna swim down towards one of these ruins, because the thing about these depths is a lot of rescue crews and divers and stuff have been down here, but none have ever returned. So there's a lot of ruins. We're going in. I'm going in without full bright because this makes it so much creepier. Oh god, the sounds while descending. Oh, I don't like that. I don't feel safe. Okay, we got some geothermic vents down here. I forgot to take my water breathing. I'm actually going to turn on some full bright. Here we have some deep slate gold ore. Ooh, some diamond ore down here. And here we find our first mob. This is the tube worm. And yes, it's a little worm that lives in these crazy little tubes. As well as we have these mussels. These are useful. You can actually harvest these. Oh, do I need a pickaxe? I didn't bring a pickaxe. Anyways, you get a mussel from them, and we're going to save this for later. And oh god, there is a drowned. Let's see if we can get this diving uniform from him, because drowns that spawn under here are wearing these copper diver outfits. Okay. Oh, he dropped one. I need a chest plate too. Look at that. Diving chest plate. Beautiful. Now we got more armor, and we can move a little bit better in the ocean now. But let's be careful. So one thing I need to keep note of is sometimes there are certain types of mobs that will watch you. So keep an eye out on the screen if you see, because we'll get into that later. But here is another naturally spawning mob. These are the lanternfish. They're kind of decorative. You can catch them. Hold on, I'm just gonna shut up. There we go. We got one. Give me the fish. And boom, we got lanternfish. Oh, you can make a potion of deep sight with lanternfish, as well as you can just cook them up. And you can make deep sea sushi rolls, which is pretty cool. Oh, I have sunk down to the floor. This is also some anemones, some sea anemones. Cue the Finding Nemo clip. These spawn at the bottom. They're just decorative, but they are all over the bottom, as well as whale carcasses. These are just made out of different types of bone blocks. I believe you can get lots of bone meal and all that from them. But let's keep moving. There is so much life at the bottom of these oceans. I do have full bright on. It's actually usually this dark, for the record. Oh, and hey, look it. We have a sea pig. So these sea pigs all generate at near muck at the bottom of the ocean, which, by the way, muck makes you move a little bit slower when you walk in it. But these sea pigs are actually pretty cool. You can slay one, and you can eat the sea pig straight up. There's a chance of it giving you hunger, kind of like raw chicken. But if you give them... Oh, I should have got a shovel. If we give him some muck here, he eats it, and then he poops out. Oh, exactly what we needed. Marine snow. Marine snow is pretty cool because it can rejuvenate coral. I don't know if we'll find any dead coral, but basically you can use this marine snow to bring dead coral back to life. Oh, I saw something I wasn't supposed to. Oh, this guy. Oh my god, we'll get into him later. These guys stalk you. Kind of creepy, I know, but they can be cool. Oh, but look it, we found our first ruin. Now, ruins aren't exactly easy to get into because they got these guys, our first hostile mob, the Mine Guardian. Also, we got this cool little passive mob here, Gossamer Worm, also very useful, but let's deal with the Mine Guardian first. Also, there's a ruined submarine down there. But these mine guardians are just like, well, giant mines that are anchored to the floor, and they will explode. But let me deal with this freaking... All right, I'm going to be careful around this dude. Also, I'm going to save my coordinates in case I die, because this cave is almost 10,000 out. Okay. Oh, God, he gets way closer than I thought. God, that chain. Okay. Hey, buddy. Oh my god, 2 more just spawned. What the hell? I don't like it. But yeah, they are bound by their chain. Oh my god, I got him. Boom. And when you kill these guys, you get depth charges, which are basically, well, explosives that work underwater. Oh, I threw all of them at the same time. Oops. Well, there you go. They're explosives that work underwater. That's pretty cool. Why are these guys staring at me? I guess it's supposed to be way darker in here. Oh god, 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 oh god. Oh! Okay, I do not swim fast enough to get away from those guys. Holy schmoly. Can I have that diver helmet, sir? Oh, I got it. All right, I'm coming for you. Oh, jeez. Jesus Louises. I'm dead. We do actually have a very broken submarine stuck in the mud down there, but we'll get to that later. Let's try to find the entrance. Oh, Here it is. It got blown up. Oh my god, that mine did a lot of damage. Oh, my sword was in here. Look at that. But this is inside one of the ruins. They have this new type of glass called depth glass, which essentially allows you to view out into the ocean with no filters, so you can see nice and far. Here, let me turn off my full bright. So this is what it looks like looking off into the distance without it. And this is what you can see with it. You can see so much further. But these have like some metal rusty barrels and stuff. We got a protection 4 book here. We got some tripod fish. Also, this is where you'll find the diving armor. I'm wearing the full suit right now. Oh, what's down here? Oh, we found a pearl. That's very useful, as well as marine snow. We'll hold on to some muck. So pearls actually have a rare chance from dropping from mussels and can be used for many things that I will get to in a moment. These also add these new cool copper valves, which I think are just like glorified buttons, but it is quite immersive to do this, to open the door. All right, we enter here. I'm gonna bring a stack of copper ingots, and you probably should bring this with you before you even come down here. Here is the broken submarine. I'm gonna try to dig it out a little bit, actually. All right, these drowned are not rocking with me being here. All right, well, you can use copper ingots to repair these submarines. Hold on, I forgot to bring up tools with me, so I'm just gonna use creative mode. Okay, we repaired it a little bit. Fully repaired. Oh, it's stuck in the... Oh, I gotta get out. Hold on, we're making progress. Oh, I got it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yes, you can literally just take those submarines you find. And if we use G, hold on, I can turn off my full bright, and these things come with a floodlight, which is pretty nice. So now we can kind of explore without any worries. What the? Uh-oh. Yeah, I forgot to mention the big... Oh, we gotta go. This fella doesn't like light. Maybe I should turn off my floodlight and dip. So that really creepy fella up there is called a Hullbreaker. He is a neutral but mega powerful mob. Unfortunately for us, I don't know if you remember way earlier in this video when I was in the Primordial Caves, I mentioned there was an ingredient we needed to craft a very crazy thing. And well, that crafting item comes from this fella's embryo. To get the Hullbreaker to attack you... Oh, hold on, we got some drowned on our tail. To get the Hullbreaker to attack you, you need to either have the glowing effect, which you can get from a lot of these glowing mobs down here, or you can be in a submarine with your floodlights on. But another way to get the Hullbreaker after you is to get some bioluminescence from the gossamer worm. It's actually the only way to get bioluminescence, and bro didn't drop any. All right, there we go. Bioluminescence. So now this has a few uses. We can make a glow potion to help us glow and get discovered by the Hullbreaker, but I'm gonna have to go to surface. And luckily, with these fellows right here, the ping pong sponge, we can get to surface super fast. Which you just break a couple of these with your hand. So with 3 ping pong sponges and 4 bioluminescence, you can make a floater. Which this bad boy, well, makes getting to the surface a lot easier. Whee! Yoink. That's probably a lifesaver in some situations. And before the abyss gets really crazy, I want to show you guys some of the crafting recipes and elaborate on some of the items first. First, with the diver suit, basically each item gives a different property, except it seems like the chest plate is only armor, but the pants allow you to swim 0.5 faster in water. The helmet gives you 40 seconds of water breathing before it runs out. So it simply just gives you air for 40 seconds. And then the boots allow you to not sink in the muck, which I placed to this muck here. When I step in it, I sink down. And well, you put the diver boots on and that's not a problem. Also, this is the Submarine, which is the very bottom dark stone you see lining it. And well, there's a lot you can make with Submarine. I actually think this is one of my favorite blocks that they've done as far as decorative, just because I love this color scheme and design scheme. Also, you can make depth glass yourself by using sea glass shards. Sea glass shards and iron in the shape, but sea glass shards I haven't shown you how to get yet. So currently the way to get them is by using, you probably want to use fortune, but it's kind of like getting flint out of gravel. I believe there's a 4% chance you get sea glass every time you break muck. Oh, we just got some. Boom. Just like that. There's 2 new potions you can make. One with the lantern fish and one with bioluminescence. Boom. So the lanternfish gives you potion of deep sight, while the bioluminescence gives you potion of glowing. This is what we're going to use to get the Hullbreaker to target us. First, I'm not entirely sure what deep sight does, so I'm going to turn off my Fulbright and drink this. Oh, a lighthouse in your eyes. So it allows you to see way further. So mix this with my Fulbright. But yeah, potion of deep sight, definitely worth getting early on. Also, if you take the lanternfish, the tripod fish, the sea pig, and some dried kelp, you can make yourself some deep sea sushi rolls. Now, these things just give you a ton of hunger. I believe 6 or 7 hunger bars. I'm using diving leggings with prot 3, so I get that extra swim speed. Mixed with the depth strider, we are just on... Oh, mixed with a dolphin? Forget about it. We're a missile. Oh my god, we're so fast. So the goal now... Wrong setting. The goal now is to drink this potion of glowing and try to get the attention of the Hullbreaker so we can engage in combat. Alright, I am now glowing for everyone to see. And I wonder if that means the Hullbreaker will see. Okay, while we wait for the Hullbreaker to attack me while I'm glowing, I guess I will show you guys the next feature, which is bartering with the deep ones. So the deep ones are these people that have been appearing, these mobs that have been appearing all over, and it's hard to get their attention. Oh, hello, we got a drown's attention though. Anyways, I'm gonna put a pearl in here, and hopefully, let's swim away, we can get someone who's willing to trade with us. There's one of the okay, here he comes to trade. So these guys have been observing and stalking me and paying attention to my karma. Basically, you can have karma go up when you kill the mine guardians, and you can have it go down if you kill one of these guys. But the best way to increase karma with these guys is to barter with them. So for my pearl, this bozo gave me a single clay ball, which is not ideal. But like I said, pearls can be found from breaking muscles. I guess I'll just keep placing. And anyways, you want to get your karma high enough that the deep ones here start trusting you, and not only trusting you, but defending you. But they love bartering. They're a big fan of classic capitalism, so give me this. Okay. I don't know who this jokester is over with you guys, but a glass bottle in clay so far has been a bit ridiculous. So this is basically charity I'm doing for you guys. You can also craft the trading thing here. Ooh, the deep ones now regard you with neutrality. Okay, so I've moved up. Trade so often with the deep ones that they no longer avoid your presence. Let's go. And then I have successfully traded. Okay, this time they gave me a fish, but I am going to barter so much that these guys end up loving me. Ooh, let's go. All buddies now. It becomes so well regarded amongst the deep ones that they occasionally come to your defense. Oh, hey, buddy. Now can I show you off to my audience? So this is the regular deep one. He's a really creepy looking dude. His eyeballs are like in these little green pieces of glass, it seems like, almost. Let's see if I can get the other ones. Over here, we have a deep one knight. So this buddy's kind of like an anglerfish, but he is a tough guy. He carries around either a trident or another new weapon. I was hoping to find the one that drops the other weapon. Oh, and here's the other deep one. This is like a magic jellyfish. All right, what'd this guy give me? Prismarine shards. Actually pretty nice. All right, come on. One of the wizards. I want you to do it. Or mage, I should say. This is the deep one mage. I don't know what they want. Oh, is he trading with me? Oh, this guy just traded with me. The mage. And the mage and the knights have better offerings. Like, the mage just gave me 2 gold. That's a much better trade. Okay, I'm trading with this guy. And this guy gave me more prismarine. Cool. Can we get the knight to trade with me is the question. Okay, the knight is trading with me. What are you going to give me, buddy? One guy gave me a scute. Oh, God. I found... Oh, not time for a drown to start shooting at me, too. There's the Hullbreaker, fellas. I have gold. I'm glowing. I don't know if he's mad at me yet. I'm pulling out my ray gun. I think I'm going to engage with him. I don't want to lose him. Get over here. I'm turning on full bright. Oh! Oh, my God. He did so much damage right away. This is with netherite. Oh, but now I have all of these guys on my side now. Oh my god. I have a mage fish army. Oh my god, this Hullbreaker doesn't stand it. I can't even get near him. He's getting pushed away. Hit him with that. He can't even charge. He's getting attacked. Pushed away by waves. My army is here. Oh, he's only taking 100 damage, though. Hold on. Ray gunning him. Oh, dude, and they push him away so he can't keep fighting me. Hold on, I'm going to hit him with the club. Oh, you can stun him. Oh, he's going to get jumped here. Dude, honestly, bringing weapons from the other... Oh, I missed my hit on him. Dude, I can't even get a hit on him because, honestly, these mages are messing him up. Oh, I stunned him. He's dead. 1980. He's dead. And here is his drops. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Everything we needed from him. Thank you, team. You're free to go. We got the Immortal Embryo, which is a very important ingredient that I've been hinting towards. Enigmatic Engine, which actually allows you to make your own submarine, as well as he drops some sea glass. Ow. I got hit by a drowned and the gang just jumped him. There are 3 different types of weapons you can get from trading with the Deep Ones. This is the Ortho Lance. You can get this from trading with the Deep One Knight. This thing is freaking cool. First thing, it's just like a big old seashell, I guess. But you can use it. Oh, okay, I hit the block. But to launch yourself forward. Okay, apparently I can't go over a block like that. But I can launch myself. And also, more importantly, launch at foes. Oh, wow. That sent them pretty freaking far. Hold on. Dang. And you can also use it as a melee weapon. It does 6 attack damage. And it's kind of fast. But there's a bunch of really cool enchants for the Ortho Lance. So we're going to go one by one. First is Second Wave. Essentially, this gives you a... I believe this is the one... Yeah, it gives you a second wave. So we have all these mobs here. And then there's 2 rounds of waves. So if it's a herd, you can almost like guarantee you hit everything around you. This only has 1 level, which is Second Wave 1. Next is Flinging. I have this all the way up. This is Flinging 3. It essentially just increases your distance by 1 to 3 blocks per level. Yeah, you can go crazy far. So this is when you really want to use it more as like a mobility thing rather than like a weapon. I mean, going further honestly lets you just do more damage to more mobs. Holy crap. It's a very fun and unique weapon. Next enchant is Sea Swing. And I believe this is when you use it as a melee weapon. Yeah, it also gives you a backup wave every hit. Which does knockback. Boom. Into the lava. Oh, over the lava. Wow. This is just all of these enchants are fun, honestly. And then lastly, we have Tsunami, which, I mean, might be self-explanatory, but let's spawn in a bunch of husks here and launch. Did it come with the... Oh, there we go. The Tsunami. Holy crap. Next is the Sea Staff. You can get this by trading with the Deep One Mage. And this one is super cool. You basically shoot these little bolts of water, which actually deal a decent amount of damage on their own. And you can click these pretty fast. They do about a heart per hit. I guess they're not very good for close range. You gotta get some distance. All right, this guy's just too close to me. Boom. So it's a little weird at close range, and you definitely want to use one of the many enchants. Starting with Sea Pairing. Sea Pairing is actually a very basic one, so let me use it a little bit. But basically, whenever you stand in water, just like that, it heals your staff. So basically, you have unlimited durability as long as you remember to stand in some water or some rain from time to time. Next is Triple Splash. This one is pretty straightforward, but it shoots 3 bolts at once, which has a lot of splash damage, dare I say. But this is pretty effective for crowd control. And this might be one of the coolest enchants. This is Enveloping Bubble. So if I hit a mob with it, it puts them in a bubble that drowns them. Takes a little bit. I don't even know if husks will drown or if will it just turn them into drowned. Let me use the bubble on the cow. Oh, if you can hit them all, they all get into a bubble with one hit. Hold on. I guess the husk's bubbles just last for a good time. Yeah, the cows drown. I guess it's not very effective against mobs that can't drown. Next, we have Bouncing Bolt. This basically makes it so a bolt will jump to another opponent after hitting. It kind of just allows you to get more out of each bolt, which is very useful also for crowd control. Next is Soak Seeking. This basically just very much improves the seeking abilities of the bolt. As you can see, it's literally going all the way behind me to hit things. But if we spawn a bunch of husks here, it's just much more accurate and precise, which is quite useful from a distance. You can just bombard. Next, we have the Magic Conch, which is an incredibly rare trade with the Deep One Mage, where essentially you can summon a squad and you got the whole Deep One gang to defend you. Let me go into survival mode here because these husks will attack me. And now my gang that I had underwater, I now have above water, except these guys are in water. But these fellas will just help me out and fight. We got the mage makes a bubble for itself so it can just stay alive. Oh god, they hit me with a bubble. But if you want to make the Magic Conch last longer, I don't know why I put this all the way over here. It has two enchants that you can use. One is Lasting Morale, which basically makes the deep ones hang around for even longer, which goes up to 4 or goes up to 3. And then there's Charting Call, which goes up to 4, which for each level, that gives you another deep one to work with. Let's go out in the open over here. Okay, I have a huge army of husks after me. I'm using the enchanted Magic Conch. Now the gang's all here. Help me! Okay, I have to hit like all of these guys. Oh. Okay, but now they're defending me. Well, yeah, so now you can just forever bring these guys with you wherever you go in the world. Okay, now things are going to get crazy. Pretty crazy, I would say. So if you remember earlier in the video, way back when, we got tectonic shards from defeating the boss in the Primordial Caves, as well as we needed this immortal embryo from the Hullbreaker in the chasm, right? And then if you get a Tremorzilla egg, which is those big T-Rex guys, all you got to do is breed them and then break their egg with a silk touch. You can craft a Tremorzilla egg. And yeah, it pretty much sounds exactly what it is. So let me just place this egg down. And you're like, oh, how long does it take to hatch? This egg doesn't hatch in traditional ways. Basically, to get this to hatch, we need to detonate a nuclear explosion. Okay, nuke bigger than I thought, but it's okay because here we go. Now, this might be a bit smaller than what you guys thought, but this is baby Tremorzilla. And we have 1,000 seconds before it turns into an adult. So believe it or not, Tremorzillas are actually neutral mobs. So apparently you can tame him using waste drums. I don't know if this works when it's a baby. Oh, you like the nuclear waste, buddy? Apparently you can take up to 4 tries. Oh, let's go. Okay, so you can tame the baby one. All right, we need bro to grow up, so I'm going to cut to when he's a grown man. So Tremorzilla is all grown up now. Quite large. He's actually, the baby is actually still growing, but that will take too long that I just tamed another one. I can do stuff like slam on the ground. I don't know, I think I can do like a Godzilla nuclear blast with G. Yeah. Oh my god. It's literally like Godzilla. Oh my god, dude. It keeps going. Wow. This is a cool pet to have. He basically will destroy any block with a explosion rating under 15, I believe I read. So you could make a cage out of like reinforced deep slate or obsidian or something, and it's like, let me just blast through the ground here. How far can this go? Oh my gosh. Look at this. You can just become a mining machine. With 2 Tremorzillas, I can get things romantic by giving one of them a nuclear bomb and then giving the other one a nuclear bomb. Now, one of them is going to go... Oh, I think it's laying an egg. Oh, it laid it right on the tree stump. You could have an entire Tremorzilla army that guards your castle. Welcome to the Forlorn Hollows. Probably the most degenerative and grossest of all the caves we're going to be checking out today. Let me turn on my full bright here so you get a better look. Yeah, this place is kind of creepy. Look at these guys right here. Sorry for anyone who might not like porous holes. This is to give an insight of what we're about to get into. So this is peering, I would say copperlith. It's the stone on the side. Oh no, this is guano stone. This is copperlith. These are just different types of stone that exist. They all are just decorative and make cool bricks. A big part of this biome is the guano, which is, from my Google search, just like an accumulation of like bat and moth poo. So it's like a really gross, dark, forgotten cave. And they got these cool but creepy thornwood trees that stick out the top. You know what's funny is this is exposed to the sky. One thing I noticed about these caves when I was looking for them, it seems like they have a surface side signature, which is piles of guano with flies around them on the surface. I don't know if that was just a generation bug or on purpose, but kind of a cool way to find these from above. Not to get too ahead of myself, but the thornwood blocks are so cool. And particularly, the thornwood boat is like my favorite boat type ever. Look at this. It's like a Nordic ship. Anyways, not to get too derailed by the thornwood. We have to start finding the local residents of this cave. Oh, let's start with you, buddy. These guys are actually sometimes harder to find. They're a corrodent, like corrosive and rodent. These guys have these gross big yellow teeth. Usually you see them digging around. Let's see if this guy will go back underground. They like to... Oh, there he goes. And they tunnel underground, and you know where they are based on the breaking particles, but they will pounce you from below. Let's see if I go into survival, if he'll pounce me. Is he coming after me? Oh! Yo! Get in the boat. Get owned. Ow. So it looks like you can capture these guys in a single boat. But let me slay. Yuck. Oh, this guy only dropped coarse dirt. There we go. Sometimes the corrodent drop their teeth. So the teeth are useful in crafting, which I will show you later. But we're going to actually move on to the next mob, which is the glue moth. And these guys just fly around, and they're actually just like... They're just like moths in the real world, because if I drop a torch down... Oh, hello. We'll cover these guys later. These are the underzealots. These are the locals, and they're kind of creepy. So the glue moths are attracted to torches. Oh, and the zealots hate... Uh-oh. The zealots hate torches. And the underzealots seem to have actually caught a glue moth, which is not actually always good because they are now performing a sacrifice. Oh gosh. This is where things get a little intense. I haven't even covered all the mobs, and we already got the zealots committing demonic sacrifices. Well, I'm sorry, glue moth, that I couldn't help you. But it's time. It's time for the demon sacrifice. Yep, and they just summoned the Watcher, which might be one of the coolest villains of all time. Let me put on a set of armor and show you what this guy is like. Okay, survival. The Watcher. Okay, he steals your perspective. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, the Watcher stole my perspective. Oh god, oh god. Oh. Now a bat is after me? I killed the Watcher. Okay, I'm getting jumped by the entire animal kingdom right now, so I'm going getting creative. Because I wanted to show that Watcher I killed dropped two very important crafting items. The Oculate Gem and Dark Tatters. Actually, no. The Watcher dropped the Oculate Gem. These little underzealots, they dropped the Dark Tatters. These are useful pieces of their evil cultist cloth. This Oculate Gem will be useful. But now, underzealots are done committing freaking sacrifices. I can show the rest of the normal animals around here. Which, this is one of the coolest looking ones. This is the Vesper. This little bat-like cube freak. likes to hang on the ceilings and basically finds a target and will swoop down after them and eat them. He likes to eat the glue moths. That's about it. What is that sound? Is someone doing a sacrifice somewhere? I don't know. Maybe that's just creepy cave sounds. Anyways, the Vespers, you kill them, they drop their wings. Oh, actually, no. This guy actually just dropped his guano. Awesome. Thank you, Vespers. Let's see if we can find another one. They're common, but they're not as common as the moths. Also, there's these cool, creepy structures that generate, as well as the zealots have their own places of worship and little villages they live in. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is a under zealot sacrificial room. Let's get out of here. It makes me uncomfortable. But if these underzealots get their hands on the Vesper here, this sacrifice brings about a much eviler demon that I might put on diamond armor for this. There's a demon being summoned right now off the Vesper, and they just hold him down. Hey, hey. Oh, God. The Forsaken. He moves very fast. And he does... Ow. He has a lot of attack moves, as well as I got Vespers after me. Oh my gosh. I'm about to be sacrificed myself in a minute here, I fear. I need a club. Oh, I missed. Oh my god, but he has a sonic bat screech he can use to get me. Oh god. Did I bonk him? I did. No. Oh god, gotta blast, gotta blast. Oh, he is sonic blasting me. Not good. Not looking good. You're gonna get bonked, sir. Dude, these underzealots. Oh. He's now a shadow. He's grabbing me. Oh, God. Yeah, get knocked out, buddy. He tried to pick me up. Got him. Well, that was quite difficult. I got these daggers. I must have got it from killing the underzealots. But this little quick dagger is a fun little speedy weapon I just picked up. But more importantly, after fighting that being that I didn't even get to catch his name, he killed me. He attacked me so quick. He dropped 7 pieces of pure darkness, which is a very important crafting material. Alongside, we got some more dark tatters, as well as this desolate dagger. Let's try this thing out. Yeah, it spawns some other magical daggers in the air. Okay, yeah, so you get this from slaying an underzealot. See? And these other daggers spawn and stab. Yeah, the Forlorn Hollows has some interesting crafting recipes, to say the least. Let's start with the mothball. You need some guano, some moth dust, and 2 string, and that gets you a mothball. Now, mothballs are actually used to keep moths away. To be honest, I really don't find them much of a burden. Apparently, they're supposed to be attracted to all these torches. I guess I'll spawn some in. So I'll spawn a few, and then they get obsessed with the light, right? And apparently, if I place some mothballs down... Oh, yeah, okay. It pushed them away, but then they just came down here. All right, more mothballs. This guy is literally sitting in the mothball. Am I doing something wrong? It feels like these couldn't be working... worse. Okay, apparently these things have a 4-block radius of repelling, but also apparently this guy doesn't care. But apparently they keep the moths away, but I am not finding much success in that. But anyways, the next thing is if you take 2 pieces of guano and bone meal, you can get fertilizer, which fertilizer is just much better bone meal from my understanding. Oh, they're doing a sacrifice over there. Anyways, it's like an instant fertilizer, so it's like better bone meal. Stop your stupid sacrifices while I'm trying to make freaking... There, look at your stupid moth is dead. Anyways, yeah, so fertilizer is, well, it's literally just poop and bone meal, and it's better bone meal. Next, we got the stuff you can make with the co-rodent teeth. First, you can use it to make a potion of haste, which I thought was pretty cool because there's no way to make potions of haste in vanilla Minecraft. It also makes sense. Anyways, the next thing is Burrowing Arrow. Now, these things are very interesting. It's used corrodent teeth and the dark tatters we got from killing those zealots. And these things are so interesting. They're arrows with teeth. And they can chew through 5 blocks. Isn't that crazy? And I believe they drop and you can just pick them up. Yeah, so I kind of love that. It's such a goofy concept, very creative. That's what I love about this mod, is the creativity of a lot of the items. Next, we have the Vesper Stew. Now, this is used with a Vesper wing, a thornwood branch, a brown mushroom, and a bowl, of course. And that gets you the Vesper Stew. Oh, speaking of Vespers, they are killing things. But this stew gives you night vision for 2 whole minutes. Night vision is way better than full bright. I should have just been using night vision this whole time. Now we're getting into the very interesting crafts. So using the pure darkness and the dark tatters in moth dust, we get shadow silk. Now this is very important because it's a main ingredient in many things, including the dread bow. So with 3 shadow silk, 2 vesper wings, and 1 pure darkness, you can get the dread bow. And now this thing is very interesting. So you see that that poor little buddy over there? Oh, he heard me. Anyways, I'm gonna shoot in that direction and you're gonna see what happens. Oh, whoa, I didn't know it worked with the burrowing arrows. Okay, so what it does is it brings down a wave of arrows from above, wherever you aim. See those zealots? I can hit them with a barrage of arrows from here. I can probably take most of them out with this magical bow. And I just think that's so cool. So wherever you aim, a barrage of shadowy arrows come down. So the first enchantment we have is Precise Volley. So this simply just makes it way more precise at the expense of each arrow doing 2 less damage. Boom. So very precise. Like all those arrows are hitting, but does less damage. But next we have Dark Knock 3, which this bad boy simply increases the charge time on the bow. And it is very nice to have. It makes it significantly quicker to pull back. Next is Relentless Darkness, which completely changes the functionality of this bow. And it also becomes incompatible with all these other enchantments. It basically turns it into a like nearly full auto bow. So let's find one of these iron golems. And it will drain you of arrows pretty quickly. All right, last we have Twilight Perfection. Basically, this gives it one quick brief flash near the end of a charge where the bow will flash red. And if you can release the bow when it flashes red, the arrows do double damage and glow red. Boom, got it. Boom, very nice. But the next crafting recipe with the Shadow Silk is the 2 armor pieces, the Cloak of Darkness and the Hood of Darkness. Now these have some decent armor properties, but what you really want is when you combine them together. So I have a special ability you can see at the bottom of my screen that only charges when I'm in complete darkness. Wait, actually look how sick I look. It's almost fully charged. All right, see how it's fully charged? I believe only works when you're in complete darkness. So we're gonna find an area and then we're gonna hit G and yep. You go into like darkness mode where basically you can traverse the dark, but only the dark. You cannot traverse the light. And you become one with the night. You become a shadow. That's where this fella comes into play. We'll get to these other 2 items in a moment. This is a darkened apple. It's just an apple surrounded by darkness. And if you eat it while you're in the darkness mode, it will extend your time drastically. And eat our apple. And now we have this for 34 seconds. And I mean, this is insane, right? Like you can, if you just keep dark areas, you can traverse all over so damn quick. All right, let's not go too far. I don't know. I don't want to lose my way. Anyways, once this expires in a few seconds here. Ow. It will just let you float gently back down. All right, next is an incredibly interesting item called the Beholder. You need an oculate gem and 3 thornwood branches, and that gets you the Beholder. It's this funky, cool looking block. We actually need to have at least another oculate gem on us to make it work. But let's put it down right over on here, right? And then I'm going to switch the oculate gem and click on it. Now they are linked. Now you can see this is bound. I can click on my gem and I can view from the eye. It's really just like a magic powered ring camera. It's kind of sick. You could set this up at different parts of your bases just to check what's going on. I think it's really, really cool. You could have a whole little security setup using dark magic. And speaking of dark magic, lastly, we have the Totem of Possession, which you need an oculate gem, 2 thornwood branches, and 6 moth dust. And it gets you the Totem of Possession. And this does kind of what you would think a Totem of Possession would do. It allows you to possess beings. So see this iron golem over here? I can just click on him or hit him with this. Oh, I have to hold it down. And he follows my mouse as I hold it down. So now I'm going to send him over to this iron golem. And he's going to fight. Oh, well, he died. But yeah, you can just possess mobs. Sorry, I didn't realize you had to click and hold. So I have to hit him with it, I guess. And now I'm going to send him over here. Yeah, iron golem fight. Damn. I always lose. So you could literally build your own iron golems and then just remote control them with black magic from a distance. So the Totem of Possession actually has three different enchants, starting with detonating death. So let's say I possess this zombie, right? And I compel it, to fight other zombies. Well, whenever it loses, it will explode when it dies. Next is Rapid Possession, which just greatly increases the speed of the mob you're controlling. Also, you need to maintain a line of sight. I don't know if that was mentioned, but like if he goes out of my line of sight, I can't control him anymore. And next is, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it's called Totem of Astral Transferring. And I believe you can like transfer which bomb you possess if you can get it to attack a mob that's stronger than it. So I'm gonna send, so it already went to the Underzealot because now I'm controlling him. Oh, so it already transfers. So okay, yeah. So if it's in attack range of a more powerful mob with the Astral Transferring enchantment, then it will automatically transfer the possession to the more powerful mob. Cool little addition. Also, this is all the variants of the Guano Stone. It's actually really, really cool. I'm a fan of the textures of these. Welcome to Candy Cavity, where literally everything is made out of candy or some sort of sweet treat. And yes, literally everything here is edible. The grounds, yummy. Gonna eat it up. Oh, what's this? Oh, some sweet cotton candy. I'm eating it. Ooh, lollipops on the ground. I'm eating it. How lovely is this? We got peppermints. We got candy. We got so many mobs to explore. So let's start, I guess, with this guy. I wasn't expecting to start with you, Gumbeeper, but we're starting with you. Basically, this is a gumball creeper. So what they'll do is they'll shoot gumballs at you, but once they run out of gumballs, they get desperate. I don't know how much... Oh! This unicorn just charged through and saved me. What the hell? Okay, this gumball creeper is shooting at me. Ow. He dropped his gumballs though earlier. I picked him up. Oh god, he's out of gumballs. So now he only has one option left. Oh god. He exploded into a bunch of bouncy gumballs. But these guys drop their pile of gumballs, which is very useful for crafting. But before we get too deep into mobs, I want to appreciate all the different types of resources you're going to find exploring here. Like these are giant scoops of ice cream. This is chocolate ice cream, which when you mine this, you get a handful of chocolate scoops, which are actually like throwable buckets of milk. You can throw it on yourself or other mobs to rid them of potion effects. And there's also a strawberry and vanilla variant of the ice cream. There's also giant donuts that are full of dough and covered in stuff like rock candy and vanilla frosting and dough, of course. Also, I can't forget on top of these ice cream scoops, there's giant sweet berries. Pretty much all of these candies are worth collecting. They pretty much all have somewhat of a use. There's also these giant sugar glass bottles of soda. I believe it's purple soda, yeah. And sugar glass is very interesting because it's fragile. If you fall on it, you'll keep falling through it. You could walk onto it carefully. Like if I walked onto it like this, we're good. But I give it a jump, we break it. Also, literally just throwing something on the sugar glass will break it. Very fragile. But this is a great place to get yourself some purple soda, as well as these gummy rings that you can find and also eat. But also, more importantly, we got the sweet gummy fish, all of which can be bucketed or be killed for their sweet gummy fish, which this also has a very important use later. And these are the lico root trees. They don't really have leaves or anything, but this licorice root vines up here are quite important to collect as well. Can't forget the giant ice cream cones sticking out of the sky as well. Oh, we got some rock candy lollipops. And oh yes, looky here. We found a little gingerbread man village. Also, the terrifying caniacs are here. Not a fan of these guys. Don't worry, villagers. I will help you. Oh, God, this guy's strong. Oh. Oh, he's fast. Oh, he's trying to jump me. Oh. He got me low. Hey, okay, well, that's our introduction to the gingerbread men. They steal your stuff. He just stole some candy canes from me. But the caniac here dropped a sharpened candy cane, which actually is a very fast-moving weapon that does 4 damage. I'm going to go into creative mode before this caniac tries to kill me again. But yeah, I have a lot of candy in my inventory, and these gingerbread men are little thieves. Here, I'll put a bunch of candy canes in my inventory. And basically, they like to steal and steal. But they're not totally evil. So these are their little villages. You can't... They're too small for a player. This is their little doors they have. This is their little barrel. And they keep stealing and filling up their barrels with goodies. And eventually, they'll reward you with gingerbread armor. Ooh. They're taking the cookies. They're taking my offerings. So eventually, if they keep stealing enough candy, they will give you a full set of gingerbread armor. Now, gingerbread armor not only looks cool as hell, but it gives you speed. Every piece of armor gives a slight speed boost. The more damage my armor takes, the more speed... Oh, God, I'm getting attacked. Anyways, yeah, the more damage your armor takes, the more speed it collectively gives to you. Eventually, it gets a little excessive. All right, now this is what my armor does. Oh, and we can see the gummy bears over here devouring a good meal. Now, these gummy bears are great because, yes, they hunt down gummy fish, but they will only eat gummy fish of the corresponding color. So this fella here will only eat red gummy fish, and so will this yellow one will only eat yellow gummy fish. Gummy bears have this unique feature that honestly takes too long for me to even show. But if I click on a gummy bear with a potion, it will take the potion and it will fall into a 1 hour in-game time nap. So this guy will lay here for an hour. And then after an hour, he will wake up. And when he wakes up, he'll rub his back on this tree and he will drop a jelly bean of the corresponding potion. And jelly beans are just little, like this little bean gave us 3 minutes of deep sight vision, which is really, really cool. But I am not sitting here for an hour waiting for this guy to do it. But he'll walk up to the tree, rub his back on it, and we'll drop some jelly beans. So this here is the caramel cube. These guys are just like slimes, except they drop this caramel goo when they bounce. That will extremely slow you down when you're in it. But you're going to want to slay these fools because caramel has a few uses, even though... Yeah, oh, okay, these guys dropped it. There we go. Caramel, just what we needed. This has a few important uses, such as making a caramel apple. So these caramel apples you can use to tame these candy corns. Wow, that was really quick. They have a few different forms. This one seems to be a, like, mint chocolate chip, which is my favorite flavor of ice cream. Anyways, we'll put a saddle on them and get on top. And like all the other tameable mobs in this candy corn does have a special ability. So let's just keep running around. Let's follow the caramel candy. All right, we have to get into a sprint. And then I just killed that creeper. Whoa, what the hell? Anyways, yeah, so you get to charge up your unicorn horn and you get to do a charge, which actually does quite a bit of damage. There's several variants. I'll let you guys find all the different colors. Gotta leave something up to surprise, but these guys are cool. All right, there are so many crafting recipes. I've been setting this up for a minute now, but I'm gonna go through everything and try to keep up. So we're gonna start with the candy canes. There's a lot of candy cane related things. There's these little candy cane tree blocks that grow, and they actually connect like fences. They can also be stripped down. You can have a stripped candy cane. There's also these little ones that spawn, and you can use those to either make peppermint powder, which is very important, or you can use them to make frostmint spears, which are just like kind of the spears from the Primordial Caves, except they puff into frost, which is kind of cool. And then also you can use the little candy canes, which you get if you break these. No, you get peppermint powder when you break candy canes in the wild, but if you break these little ones, you get the full cane. Yeah, and peppermint powder is kind of important. You can also use 4 peppermint powder to make small peppermint, which I am going to eat now. Also, I should mention to make the frostmint spear. Sorry, I just skipped over this. You need 3 frost mints, which are these guys. They spawn. Oh, there's one right there, or like right there. They're usually on the surface. They're a little annoying to get, but they also have some other properties. Like if I were to throw it into this soda. Okay, I don't know. Frost mints are supposed to explode in the soda. Also, when you mine the giant globs of ice cream you see around here, you get these little scoops, which I mentioned earlier you can use to throw onto things, but you can also craft them back into the giant ice cream. These are just decorative, but they look pretty cool, so why not? Also, there's no difference between the 3 flavors. I don't know why I didn't mention these sun drops, but these are the light source of this biome, and they occasionally shoot out little rainbows, which is really fun. I forgot to mention that earlier for some reason. And here are the chocolate blocks. Actually, most of the world is made out of chocolate, but you can use irregular chocolate to make polished chocolate. You can use polished chocolate to make chiseled chocolate, and you can make hot chocolate using 2 blocks of chocolate, sugar, and a glass bottle, which is very yummy. Which I should mention, if you eat enough sweets, there is a chance you'll eventually get sugar rush, which is a cool new effect. Doesn't seem like I can give it to myself now, but there's ways to cause it. So we'll get to that later. There's also a bunch of different types of blocks that we can make. If you pick up the sweet puff, the stuff off the ground, you can use that to make the block of frosting, which is how you make this. But if you take those blocks of frosting and put a sugar around it, you can make vanilla frosting, which you can use vanilla frosting in the cake walls to make a cake if you have a giant sweet berry as well, which is just a regular cake. Oh, there's so much going on. Okay. There's also these gingerbread blocks. This is how you craft them. If you get a regular gingerbread block, you can make gingerbread bricks. And then you can also take the gingerbread block and mix it with vanilla frosting to get frosted gingerbread block. And then you can take 4 of those and make yourself frosted gingerbread bricks, which also have all these different variants of slabs, bricks, and walls. I actually love how the frosted bricks look. Good time to mention, if you get any of the Swedish gummy fish from the soda streams, you can smelt them into gelatin. Boom. Smelt it into gelatin. And you can use gelatin for many different crafting recipes, including these rain bounce boots, which you just need to collect 2 sun drops and 2 pieces of gelatin of any color, and you get these fancy boots. These boots are literally just bouncy boots. Okay. I believe I can just jump off things. Yeah, and I have a little rainbow trail. And I can just... Oh, get away from me. And I can just bounce my merry way out of here. Which honestly, these cave biomes, having some bouncy boots like this is pretty darn helpful. I believe there's 15 different colors here of rock candy, which there's 2 ways to craft it. You can either just mine up some rock candy like here where it just spawns and surround it by the dye of your choice, or you can make it from scratch using peppermint powder, sugar, and your dye of choice to get 4 rock candy. These are just cool, decorative, and there's giant rock candy lollipops and rock candy roads that lead everywhere. So you can also craft sugar glass with just 2 things of sugar and 2 things of peppermint. Also, you can craft gelatin into their color correspondent gummy ring as well. All right, time to get to the really exciting stuff. So you remember those gumballs we got earlier? Well, you can use 2 gumball piles, some sugar glass, iron, and an iron nugget and get yourself a shotgun, which, yes, this is a gumball shotgun. And it shoots out gumballs, just like our buddy earlier. Oh, just like that guy down there. Can we hit him from up here? We have to really lead our shot, huh? Let's spawn in a zombie. It doesn't, on its own, it does not do a lot. Did not do much. But that's okay, because I didn't figure out the enchants this gun has yet. Okay, so I couldn't really find, the wiki doesn't include where the enchants are, but I was able to find one, which is bouncing balls, which literally just gives your gumballs a few more bounces to make them hit even more mobs. So if we had a, in a perfect world, these would do a lot more damage. There's also explosive flavor, which, yeah, just turns the gumball gun into basically a grenade launcher, but it's honestly pretty freaking slow. I also included an enchantment called Targeting Ricochet, which makes your gumballs target after bouncing, which I found funny that I compare with the explosive. So then it just flies at the mob. Boom. So it kind of turns into a heat-seeking thing. But if we add it to the bouncy one, suddenly we have super bouncy, heat-seeking gumballs. So you can just unload. Also, by the way, you reload these with more piles of gumballs. But next we have a super cool little item, the Candy Cane Hook. This bad boy is a little grapple hook. So you can use this to kind of hook yourself up onto things. Without any enchants, it's not super far reach, but stuff like that, like getting up a wall in front of you, that's where this thing becomes super useful. I believe you can also use it to pull mobs, like a super aggressive fishing hook. But there are some fun enchants for this fella, like Far Flung, which lets you throw this thing so much further and more aggressive, so throwing it like on the ceiling is not a big deal. I actually wonder if I could just hop all the way down now. Oh, I could. It's almost like it's a little rescue thing. I can come down here, grab something, and be like, all right, I'm going back up. But then we also have Sharp Cane, which causes this to do more damage. Oh, there we go. That did damage. Okay, sometimes it doesn't do damage. Like just then, it didn't do damage. It's okay, because I can just throw them off a cliff. So yeah, you can also get Sharp Cane, which does more damage. And then lastly is Straight Hook. It just says an enchantment to help the hook briefly defy gravity. Oh, yeah, if I throw it straight, it, like, doesn't fall to gravity. I see what it means. So if you throw it at the right angle, you can really get it up where you need it to be. Huh. I should also mention something, which is if you take these hooks, you can actually... you can dual wield them. Which I don't know what the entire use is for while traveling, but there is a use for these hooks other than traveling and pulling mobs. But that requires us to craft the Gob Thumper, which requires 3 gumball piles, 3 things of gelatin, and 1 sharpened candy cane. And you may be wondering, Dave, what does this Gob Thumper do? If you know anything about movies or books, it's just like the Thumper from Dune. So we're gonna put this down, and it is going to summon the beast. Yes, the worm. I actually forget. I think it's the gumball worm or the gum worm. But hold on. I am Timothy Chalamet. I am Willy Wonka. Lisan Al-Gaib. All I gotta do is hook the worm, and I have dessert power. Oh my god, the third person camera's sick. I'm like stuck. I'm just digging. Here we go. Worm ride. Oh gosh. Oh. He's gone, just like that. Anyways, those worms are really cool, and you can actually use the Gob Thumper anywhere in the world, in any dimension, and it will summon the worm. Yeah, it is called the gum worm. There it is again. Now, if we can slay this worm... Oh my gosh. Is he gonna keep coming after me? Oh! Okay. Well, if you manage to kill the gum worm, you get its sweet tooth, which has a couple very interesting uses. First thing you can use it for is turning speed 2 potions into sugar rush potions. And boom. So you're able to turn speed 2 into sugar rush for 90 seconds. Now, Sugar Rush is crazy. it makes you move in slow motion and everything is super saturated, and you do the old Minecraft alpha running animation. You can also get Sugar Rush by eating a ton of sweets, which obviously would not be hard. But honestly, pretty useful for traversing the cave. Oh, I started flying, I think. Oh, everything's in slow motion. Okay, well, milk buckets do get rid of Sugar Rush. That's good to know. Another way to get Sugar Rush is to build the sundae, which is candy cane, caramel, sweet berries, and then ice cream, and then a bowl, and then you get the sundae. And this just has a really high chance of giving you Sugar Rush. The last part of candy cavities are these guys, the Lico Witches. These guys are magical little menaces. You can literally hear it in their voice. I'm going to put on a full set of armor real quick. I'm going to fight these guys. Anyways, these witches usually spend their day doing evil stuff, like working with cauldrons and whatnot. But they do have some loot in here, which a cave tablet to find the sugar cave again is kind of interesting. But these witches also have these conversion crucibles, which we'll get to later. Oh. She's out here casting spells. But I'm going to get over here and fight you. Oh, God. She can fly? Okay, well, she just cast a hex on me. I'm coming down here after. Oh, there's 3 of you witches? Whoa. Okay, time to use my spears. So these guys, they have so many spells. They're possessing... Oh, God. Also, regular witches spawn here, too, which I should have mentioned. They're casting peppermints on me. They can heal themselves. Oh, I killed one. Oh, and it dropped what I needed. Cool. Killing these Lico Witches can drop Radiant Essence, which is very important. Radiant Essence allows you to craft 4 pretty interesting things. One you're familiar with is Sun Drops. With caramel and blue gelatin and some Radiant Essence, you could craft 2 Sun Drops. I don't know why you would do that because they're everywhere, but you could do that. But you can also craft the Conversion Crucible, the Confection Oven, and the Biome Tree. So we're going to do the Confection Oven first. So the Confection Oven is a pretty fun little thing, and I'm going to show you why. Let's make a little area real quick. Anyways, you put a convection oven down, right? And you can't open it. All you can do is turn it on. And it immediately... Oh my God, they immediately found an escape. That is crazy. But it spawns in these gingerbread men who are just hostile to everything. And by that, I mean, let's put a husk in here. Oh, I guess they don't live that long. Well, they were able to kill the husk. Oh, I see. It only released 4. Not only do they get violent towards whoever's near them, but they get violent towards any other gingerbread men of a different faction. And the faction they're in depends on the type of rock candy that the convection oven is sitting on. So let's put the yellow here. We'll turn that on, and we'll turn this on. So we have the yellow gingerbread men and the white gingerbread men, and they are killing each other. You have your own little gingerbread men gladiator battles. And Team Yellow wins with 1 heart. Okay, so for the final crafting recipes, we can create the Conversion Crucible, which is actually the same type you see here. But these guys are a one-use type deal. So it takes a lot of gold blocks, some radiant essence, a cauldron. But to be able to use this, you actually need to craft one of these, which is the biome tree. So you need a candy cane, some rock candy, and 2 radiant essence. And now that you got these 2 things, you can do something really cool. So to explain what this does, this Conversion Crucible is a device used to change the biome that you're in. But to be able to change the biome, you have to be able to change it to a different biome. And that's where the biome tree comes into play. So basically, with the biome tree, you have to be on 0 hunger in a biome and then consume the biome tree, and it will log whatever biome you're in. Then you'll take it to the crucible, put it in, and it will change the biome. So I'm going to lower my hunger and eat this here in Candy Cavity, and then we're going to go turn somewhere in the overworld to Candy Cavity. So first I got to run down my hunger. All right, 0 hunger. Now it's time to eat the biome treat. All right, it's set to Candy Cavity. Oh God, I need something else to eat. Give me the ground. All right, now that we have our Candy Cavity treat and our Conversion Crucible, let's leave this biome. There we go. We have some land. Oh, wow. It's been a while since we just been in some regular Minecraft, man. But now we're going to put down our crucible and we're going to put our biome tree in here. Now things aren't done. So once you give it a biome, then the crucible will give you things it needs to be able to convert this place into the biome. So in this case, it needs a bunch of block of frosted chocolate. So I'm going to, I'll just give them a whole stack. That's probably too much. Oh, it was too much. They only needed 3. It's not often it's like anything that crazy. This time it needs block of chocolate. Oh, now it's these blocks of frosted chocolate. Block of chocolate. Okay. It's only giving me 2 options. Pretty easy. Oh, okay. That's a pretty expensive, it's requesting a sweet tooth, which you get from killing the gumworm. So this is the last ingredient? Question mark? I don't know. Let's see. Oh. 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 Look, Mom. No world edit. And now this is now candy cavity. It literally changes like the atmosphere. This is nighttime. Not standing here. This is what nighttime looks in the candy cavity biome. So this is one of the reasons you might want to change your biome of like wherever your home base is. There's also other uses, like if you change it to a mushroom island, then you could not have mobs spawn in your land anymore. I almost forgot the final crafting recipe, which is the sack of sating. It's like satiating, sack of satiating. Anyways, you need a sweet tooth, 2 licco root vines, and a bunch of green gelatin, and you get yourself the sack of Satan. Not Satan. You know what I mean. Anyways, this is really interesting because this bad boy will feed you. So you need to feed it, and it will just kind of store hunger. There we go. So I just fed 64 chocolate blocks. Now it has 60. Oh, it just went down because it fed me. But you can just store your hunger in here. And so look at, there's 161 hunger bars now in here. I can just throw the sack in my inventory. Oh gosh, hold on, let's fight this guy. Ow. It's actually not that good for healing in combat because it's not particularly fast. It's just kind of good to like not... Oh. I don't know how I managed to kill him and it blew up. Anyways, the sack is giving me hunger slowly over time. So if you're like working on a big project or something, it's just cool. And you can just dump all of the food you've ever collected in here, which really is maybe you set up one of those quarries from earlier, mine a ton of dough blocks, and then never worry about it again. Anyways, this is probably the very end of the video. So if you made it this far and you actually watched all the way through, thank you so much. And let me know what other mods you'd like to see me do a showcase of. This was really challenging myself to cover this mod and everything this gigantic thing had to offer. Let me know if there's any other mods you'd like to see me cover, and let me know what you'd like to see me change about the format. But please be nice. Anyways, have a great day.